The hidden truth, Black American Aborigines and the fight for identity. What if the true history of America has been hidden in plain sight? What if Black Americans are not just descendants of enslaved Africans, but the original inhabitants of the Americas? The use of the term Aborigine in reference to Black Americans has sparked controversy, but why? The backlash reveals how deeply the truth has been buried and how powerful it is when it resurfaces. If you're ready to uncover the hidden truth about Black American identity and understand why it threatens the establishment, subscribe to this channel and stay tuned. The fight for identity is rooted in centuries of misclassification and deliberate erasure. 1. Paper genocide. Indigenous Americans with darker skin were systematically reclassified as Negro or Black on legal documents, stripping them of their lands and sovereignty. 2. The U.S. Census and Dawes rolls. Government records deliberately excluded dark-skinned indigenous peoples while granting native status to those with European or Asian ancestry. 3. The forced narrative. The term Aborigine triggered backlash because it challenges the fabricated history that all Black Americans descend from African slaves rather than being the autochthonous people of this land. The truth is simple but world-changing. Black Americans are not immigrants. They are the original stewards of this land.
When I was reading to prepare for this interview, I was quite surprised to see you use the word Aborigines talking about African Americans.
You know, I've dealt with that issue. I've already, talked publicly about that.
And my purpose here today is to say that I'm very sorry, and I apologize to anyone whose feelings were hurt by my comment.
I've made very, very clear I don't know where that comment comes from.
Well, from your subconscious.
Well, I guess. I mean, it's not even a normal thing anyone would say, even if you meant something in a negative fashion. I don't know if you would pull.
The average Black American don't even know what an Aborigine is. So tell me again how they feelings would be hurt by the phrase. Secondly, why they making him apologize like he said the N-word or something? Thirdly, pay attention to the subconscious phrase. That's them basically saying that subconsciously they know who he is, even if we don't know who he is. And you peep how he said that ain't no average information? Of course, because that's one of the biggest secrets in American history. Aborigine, a person, animal, or plant that has been in a country or region from the earliest time. So by him calling African Americans Aborigines, basically he's saying that we was the first people on this landmass, right? Tell me again how that's offensive? The apology wasn't for Black Americans. The apologies was for the higher-ups who's trying to keep that a secret.
Here's the shocking reality. The backlash against calling Black Americans Aborigines wasn't about offense, it was about fear. Those in power know the truth. They know that if Black Americans reclaim their indigenous identity, it will disrupt the legal and social framework of the United States. This is not just about words, it's about land, resources, and the right to exist as the original people of this land. The consequences of this hidden truth are monumental. 1. Erase sovereignty. By misclassifying indigenous Americans as Black, the government severed their legal and cultural ties to their ancestral lands. 2. Colonial control. Keeping Black Americans disconnected from their true identity ensures that colonial systems remain in power. 3. A stolen birthright. Reclaiming identity means reclaiming land, respect, and the acknowledgement of Black Americans as the true indigenous people of the Americas. But the truth cannot be silenced forever. The more we uncover, the more we disrupt the lies that have shaped history. The controversy over the term Aborigine reveals a greater truth. Black Americans are not just descendants of slaves, they are the original people of this land. At Reclaiming My Story, we are committed to exposing these lies, reclaiming identity, and restoring historical justice. If you're ready to stand in the truth, like this video, share it and subscribe to our channel. Together, we can reject colonial narratives, reclaim our birthright, and honor the resilience of our ancestors. The truth is known and it's time to reclaim it.